Hello. I'm going to wait until some people come on before I say what I'd like to talk about. So if you're watching, let me know if you can hear me, and I'll just wait a bit longer. Hope everyone's having a good day today, enjoying the nice spring weather. Hello, can you hear me? Hi, Chris. Can you hear me? Fantastic. I'll just wait. I've got a slow connection, so hopefully I don't have any issues. I'll just wait for more people to come on. Just wait a little bit longer. Fantastic. Yes, it has been a lovely day. Been sitting outside in the sun today, so yeah, it's been nice. Beautiful. I love the springtime. Okay, we've got one more slow connection. Hopefully we don't have any issues. Just wait a little bit longer for a few more people to come on. How you doing, Barbara? Good? Okay, I'll wait a couple more minutes maybe, or I might start. And hopefully this video will not get me banned. Okay, I'm going to give a, hi Barbara. And people can re-watch this later on, so this is going to stay recorded. So I've, how do I start this? I've been doing lots of collecting signatures. Now, so far with my petition, we have around close to 4,000 so far, which is fantastic. And a few days ago when I was door knocking, we went past a man's house who is a teacher. Hi Tony, how are you? And this teacher who was talking to us about children's books, he works in a high school, and he was talking to me about some concerns he had with some books in this high school. And so high school's year 7 to year 12, and in year 7 are 12 years old children and older. So he showed me on his own device, so I was able to confirm. I won't say what school it is, I won't say his name, but he actually showed me a book, which I borrowed, by the way, called Icebreaker. And he was talking to the librarian because what they found was there's a number of books in their school libraries which are very explicit, and not so much in the visual context, but in the written context. So I'm going to give a warning right now. So if you have any children around you, you might want to move away, and I'll give you some time to move away, or you stop watching and come back to this video if it hasn't been removed, because I'm going to read parts of this book. But before I do so, he showed me from his device, which was logged into his teacher account. So I can verify that this book has been in a high school in South Australia. I also went onto the classifier website, classification website, and I did a search. This book has not been classified by the Australian Classification Board. That I can confirm as well. So, content warning. there's coarse language and sex scene, and it's very explicit. But you know what? I'm not going to hold back on this one. This is this book, and by the way, I tracked this book down from the library, public library, from Burton Library, community library. Burton actually did a really good thing. They put this book in the adults area. And when I looked online, most of the libraries in South Australia that held this book, except for one library, had this book in the adults area. Only one library has this book in the teens area. So thank you to those librarians who are trying to protect children from very explicit content. Now I'm going to read one whole page of this book. It's very graphic. It's not the type of thing. I'm not holding back. I'm not going to bleep out or anything on any of the crude words or language. Walk away now if you have any kids. Last warning. Okay. What you doing? I asked, reducing my hand to an agonizing slow pace. What about if I don't use my hands? Can I touch you then? Open your mouth, baby. You think I'm the one in control of this situation, but you'd be wrong. I watch her fucking mesmerized as she licks and kisses from the base to just before the tip, pausing to watch me hold my breath, desperately wanting her to slip me into her hot, wet mouth. She doesn't. I feel a hot breath on the tip as she's fucking close, but she kisses and licks her way down to my balls, sucking on them softly. Letting the breath I'm holding go, I drag my hand through my hair when her tongue swirls around me. Fuck, you look so good. She carries on teasing me, touching everywhere, but the tip. That's the throbbing and glistening with pre-cum. I know she's going to keep going until I'm at the point where I'm ready to fucking beg her. I'm ready to beg now. One final look at my tortured expression and she smiles, looking genuinely pleased with herself, and I'm ready to fuck the smuggins off her face. She slowly, and I mean slowly, lowers her mouth onto me, and I can't help but lift my hips to speed up the process. A satisfied vibrates against my dick as she hollows out her cheeks and tries to suck the soul from my body. Holy fucking shit. Scooping her hair, I wrapped it around my fist with a makeshift ponytail, holding it tight, moving with the controlled motion of her head as she bobs up and down. Her nail scrapes down the inside of my thigh, causing me to flinch forward, hitting the back of her throat. For a split second, I worry it might be too much for her, until the watery eyes watch me through thick, dark lashes, and even when she is noisily gagging on my dick, she looks smug. So I keep thrusting deep and precise, as she hums happily, meeting every movement perfectly. Don't tell her you love her during a blowjob, you fucking loser. Now I'm going to stop there. In one page, the word fuck or fucking was probably mentioned 7 times. On a video, because I'm a classifier for film and video games. In film classification or video game classification, the word fuck or fucking would contribute to an M rating at least. But it would be regarded a higher impact because of the amount of times it is mentioned and because it's mentioned sexualized. So this book has not been classified by the Australian Classification Board, is in a South Australian school, in a high school, unrestricted, well was, maybe it's been removed, questionable. If it's been in one South Australian high school, there's a very good chance it's in other high schools, available from ages 12 and up, unrestricted. So just on the course language alone, this book sits around an MA just on course language. With the sexual content, it's somewhere between an MA to an R level equivalent content. And that's just one page. I haven't actually read the whole book. So books, and this is just one. This is another one from that, from another series, from the same author, different book, but there's a whole range of these sorts of books from this author. Now, schools order books through a standing book ordering system. Normally they order books in packs, and they, a few times a year they'll receive an order, and a number of books are in a box. They don't individually select books individually. That's how it works. So why did a book that's so sexually explicit and pornographic end up in a high school? Unrestricted. And there's no consumer advice. So this is the whole point of this whole petition. And I've been very focused more on, public libraries, because they're the ones we can see. That's the categories. That's the catalogues we can look into. I can't go into another school and see another, your child's library catalogue. So I don't know exactly what's out there. But if you look at this book, and it's very hard because there's no consumer advice, but right at the back, and it's very small, and it's going to be mirrored, so you might not be able to see it. But it says on there, 18 plus content. And it also says it, and this is what the librarians need to look at. It says it here. I don't know if you can see it, and it's mirrored. 18 plus content. So how does it end up in a school where there's children under 18? So, I don't know, if you're in South Australia, you need to support my petition, because the petition covers books which are sexually explicit and to some sort of, regulation and restriction, because this is this is legally unrestricted, and it seeks an order of our libraries, including our school libraries. And if you look at the cover, I mean, there's no real indication on the cover that this is it's hard to tell that this is going to be a romance novel unless you really look into it. So, and that was the point that the teacher made. It's very deceiving just by looking at this cover. So there's no consumer advice. What would be nice is if there was some sort of consumer advice with a real recommendation on the age, whether it should be in schools. Maybe there might be some year 12s who are about maybe 18 years old who might want to borrow it. I don't know. I honestly don't think that R-rated books should be in schools anyway. Regardless if there are adult re-entries. I think if they wish to borrow them, they can go to the adult section of our library and put it on hold. I mean, this doesn't have any images, so you really have to borrow and read it to get the explicitness from this book. But then again, and the other point that the teacher brought up too in this conversation was some children are advanced readers. Just say they might be year 7, year 8, but they're so advanced in their reading that they'll read books for older, older teens and higher year levels because they're just so advanced. But should they be reading books that, just because they can, should they? And that's the thing is, we've got to protect. I mean, some children might be more mature, and that was just one page I read, by the way. So, I don't know what people think. If you're listening to this and you're from another state, you're not from South Australia, if you're anywhere in Australia, what you can do is you can go to the link in my bio and you can there's an email address, a Proton mail address that I have set up, for this sort of contact anyway. You can actually email me, go to your school, check out what's in your children's school library, and if you find any books like this, take a photo. I want to see a photo of the cover. I want to see the book's barcode, the barcode of the book, and, and just share some sample images. and let us know what school it's in, so we can keep a collection of what's going on. But if you are in South Australia and you can support the petition, the link in the bio, brings you to a link to the petition. Please go online and you can download it. If you haven't already, download it, print it off, sign it. If you can help get a few signatures, that'll be awesome. If not, 1 or 2 signatures will be fine, and just post it to the PO box, and that would be a great help. But, you know, so I really, today was really just about sharing this book and making people aware it's not just the picture books, it's not just the sex instruction manuals. There are actually novels that are very explicit. So hopefully this video is not going to get me banned, but you know what, let's share this video and spread the awareness. Please like, share, and let's spread the awareness, do what we can. And yes, the book is disgusting. Yes, I'm just looking at the comments now. It was very full on, you know, and I was trying to pick which page would be the best example to read. There was quite a few explicit pages to read, so, you know, and that was, you know, and that's quite a thick book. So yeah, I'm not comfortable for young kids to read this book. So can you send me the, sure, I can put in the comments, I can add the link, or I can send it to you, Tony. I can send you the petition link and the email link. That'll be fine. I can do that. All right. If no one has any other questions, I'll sign off, and I'll keep everyone in contact. I thought the whole thing is thoroughly out there. It's totally not something that needs to be read by anyone. Yes, it is. It is. It is very difficult, you know, to read that. I've never done a book reading like that before, but you know what? It needed to be done. So yeah, I'll send the petition link, Tony, to you, and let's if you could share the petition link with this video, and I can give you that Proton mail email address, and you can share that. That'll be great. Thank you very much, and until the next time, we'll talk to you all soon. See you guys. Thank you. Bye.